protesting each other? Sorry,
So there's one, and it's an Israeli consulate over here. So because of the DNC, there's a consulate here that normally they already demo, but because the DNC has people from all over the world, including foreign nationals, they would be more tested over here because they would be...
So it's the equivalent of an embassy?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm from DC. She went to school in DC, so we kind of like understand like the embassy type of sovereign territory type thing. So I mean, I think we both live here. We just went to dinner, but this was just unexpected. The amount of police that are here.
Okay.
This is honestly, not feeling either way, not like in pro or con of either way, but I'm just surprised at like the sheer volume. I think more than anything, not saying one is good or the other, I honestly didn't even know, we moved here, that there's this many police in Chicago. I don't even know where they're from. So,
what's your take on what's going on over here?
I think it's extremely important for people to express their opinions, especially in the form of like a protest. I'm not from the US, I'm from Brazil, and we all know the US has been like the country of freedom. And I just think it's like beautiful in a way to see people actually expressing their opinions in such a political way. And especially in the question of like Palestine and Israel, I think we really need to support Palestine right now. They are like being massacred by Israel. So I really hope that protests like these will just help bring the voice of the people to the actual politicians. And I think just the elections are being crazy right now, even though just November 4th. But I think we really need to like express right now and gather votes against Trump. So that's my opinion.
So I'm kind of in the middle because I live right here, so I'm trying to get home. Traffic's a little thrown off, but obviously they have right to protest, but I see both sides, to be honest. And then as far as what's going on over there, one of my best friends is Palestinian, so I get his point of view. Obviously he's biased. I try to take it with a grain of salt. So, it's a tragedy on both sides. So I understand why they're protesting. They obviously have a right to. Just keep it peaceful, honestly.
I think we're in America, and I think that we have the right to protest, and people have that liberty. I think that right now they are looking for the largest audience, and the DNC is a great place for that. If they're looking for media, if they're looking for people to talk about an event, and I think it was over 50,000 people signed up, let alone are here. So as more people are coming here, they are using their rights to do that. As long
as it's peaceful, there's not. I don't know if it's necessary for this many police. It seems peaceful, but who knows? It could get out of hand. But
I'm confused why the police are trying to protect the street, but I'm behind what they're protesting for.
Okay. And I guess my second take is, so what then do you feel if it isn't just simply a nation that would be the reason, that what would be their second biggest reason for coming out here and demonstrating?
For demonstrating, isn't there, just the death? The death toll between everything that's going on. From what I'm hearing, one side's bombing the other. Is that not why they're also protesting? Too, besides wanting to recognize, Israel as a state. Palestine is a state. I might be misunderstanding that question.
No, it's your take on it as well. So, it seems to be either also about identity for both of them. So,
yeah, honestly, I'm not the most versed in this. Just, you see news clips and you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Right? So, I really couldn't speak to too much of the reasons besides just from what I've been told from, again, my friend who's Palestinian. There's been a lot of things going on since, after World War II, when Israel was recognized as a country, and there was all that, there was a war that was fought immediately after World War II in 1948. Again, I don't know too much, so I know this spans back decades, so I shouldn't say I know, but I've been told that Israel has been mistreating Palestinians vice versa. So I feel like I think there's more than just a reason, like the singular reason of wanting Palestine to be recognized as a state, right? So I don't know. That's a good question. I wish I could give you a more clear, better answer.
Just America's play in foreign politics and how we try to move the needle or pretty much, fund other countries to commit war crimes.
I think that circles back to the media coverage. I think they're also protesting because it's like the largest, probably the biggest region that's been contested over the ages. If you look past like which is Israel-Palestine, kind of over time, how that country and that specific state has progressed and changed and moved hands.
Do we know why they're stopping it right here?
No, not
Well, they've been going back and forth, so that seems to be.
I do think that, like I said, the biggest media coverage. If you're wanting to stand out, if you're going to two of the biggest events like the DNC or like Republican National Conference, if you're looking at either one of those, that's how you get seen. And if you want to be seen, if you want your voice to be heard, it's a good place to do that.
Now, were you perfectly content with giving your take as well?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much her take. I think I agree with everything she said. It's probably media coverage, and this is the best way to be seen, the best way to be heard. I feel like eyes have been on Chicago all week, so this is how they make their point, and I support it.
As long as everyone's safe on both sides, and we don't rush to violence quickly, hopefully.
So they're like,
I think people in general are just unsatisfied with the country, and especially like our current politicians, like the president. I think people just are very frustrated and just really want to like bring their voice out, and this protest is just a way of showing that, especially against immigrants in general. As an immigrant myself, I noticed a lot that people are just unhappy with the way they're treated.
Specific politicians, when you mentioned that come to mind?
Yeah, I
That
think mainly.
might be beyond just being Israeli, or do you think mostly just on that side?
I think mainly of like U.S. politicians, so like Trump and Biden especially. Kamala is entering now, so she's also like entering this area of getting like a lot of criticism by the people. But I think especially with the Trump and his project 2025. So I think people are just very unhappy with the current situation of this country, and they just really want to protest against that and hopefully change the situation for the better.